Good morning, everybody. So this is another interview of my project, which is called What Drives Her Woman to Women, which is a project based on solidarity and sharing of individual paths, whether they are personal or professional. And this is something I really believe in because I have seen in my work mainly, but in my life as well, that we can't know everything, obviously, and some women can inspire us and we can be inspired as well in return. So this is really the core of this project. And today I am inviting Evie Jitihart. Thank you, Evie, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And Evie, today you are going to share with us what you know about the perception of the woman in the Thai culture.
Yes, and also in some part of Asia as well.
Okay, thank you for expanding that. So my first question for you today will be, what are the societal injunctions on the female body in Thailand and in Asia then?
Yes, that is very good question. I would like to add, it's not about the body, it's about the attitude as well. So the women in Asian culture, we are expected to be pretty, expect to be nice, expect to be thin, expect to be, modest, quiet, subservient. Like quiet.
Yes, so that is the expectation from the society on a woman in Thailand and in some other Asian country as well. That's what you're saying to us.
Yes, exactly. But it would be extremely if you see in Japan, they're very quiet, they're very polite, right? But it's a good culture though. But I'm sorry, I'm not sure that sometime they may want to speak, right? They may want to say something, but they can't because the culture kept it.
It's interesting what you're saying, and am I right, or am I wrong to understand that it is linked with the respect to others in the culture? I'm not saying that's the truth necessarily in the day-to-day life, but I'm wondering if there is a link or not with the respect you must have towards others in
Exactly.
remaining
Yes.
silent.
Yes. Being silent means you also expect someone as well, and maybe it can be interpreted that you rather not saying that because it's just against the norm, what the society think about this issue.
And we are going to deepen that question afterwards, but would you say that things are changing a little bit with time, or is it not really changing in your knowledge?
I think in the time, women can speak out more than in the past. Compared to my mom generation and my generation, I think I have more voice than my mom's time. She had a tough time to express herself, to tell what she wants. But me, I can tell this is not right. This is not okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is it easier to express when you are not okay, as you are kind of out of the Thai culture because you live in the UK? I think you've lived in the US as well. Is it easier when you are a little bit away from this culture?
I think because of my former job as an investment banker in the international bank as well, that force me to speak out what I'm thinking about. So yeah, so by the culture of the international company, it forced me to speak out what I think, and I have to fight for what I want. That's why I can speak out. Compared to the Thai women who work in the Thai company or work for the government, I don't think they can, it's just my opinion, I don't think they can express themselves or say what they want as much as I can.
It's interesting what you're saying, because you're saying I had to and they can't when women are working for governmental or other type of work. And so we can also imagine that it might always be possible, but the environment each woman is in helps or does not help.
Yes, because of the environment. And after I moved to America, after I moved to live in New York, and then I move again to live in London, I see the difference between women in Thailand and women in Western countries, that, you know, how they can call out everything. They can say whatever they want. This is not right for them. They are not happy with this. Instead of being quiet like Asian women, they call it out.
Yes, they express themselves.
Yeah, they express themselves.
It's interesting. Actually, I'm going to ask you this question now, because you were saying when we prepared the interview, you were saying, oh, well, you know, maybe in the Western countries, women's right or women's ability to express themselves, maybe you guys began at a zero, but us in Asia, we begin in the negative. I liked when you said that, because it gives perspective to perspective to where we are living, in which culture we are living, and in which environments we are living. So can you say a little bit more about that? Because you are from the Thai culture, but you have seen women in New York, in America, and in London as well. So can you express a little bit more about that? Okay, women in Western country, you might be at the zero, but we are in the negatives. So what is possible? What is not possible? What difference you've seen?
What difference that I see? Okay, this is very obvious. I will give example about the body shaming issue.
Okay.
Yes. So the body shaming issue, it's everywhere in America, and you can see the plus size woman. I'm not sure that is the right word to call them as well. Like plus size woman. I'm sorry if I used the wrong word. So the plus size women, they are on everywhere, on every advertisement, swimsuit, lingerie, clothes, every advertisement will have everywhere, right? But in Thailand, this is not the market. In Thailand, as I told you, we are expected to be thin, we are expected to be pretty, we are expected to be polite. If someone make fun of you, someone make fun of me that, oh, you're so fat, right? What is your reaction? Your reaction would be different than mine. My reaction would be, oh, do I look fat? Maybe I ate too much. I would blame myself first, or I would be quiet for a while. But women in America, they would be like, how could you talk to this to me? Right? How could you say this to me? How could you, like, so what do you think about yourself? Are you good? Like, are you that perfect? Right? They would have like that attitude. But yeah, so the body shaming thing in Thailand, we do not have that. I would say in the phase, we are starting to learn about the body shaming thing. It's just only in documentary, on news that you must accept or respect the body like this because they are a human too.
Okay. So
Yeah, they have feeling too. Yeah.
Yes. Am I the way I understand that from what you're saying, I believe there is body shaming as well in the Western countries, and it is really impacting women and especially teenagers. Maybe what is different, and you know better because you know both sides of different cultures, is that I believe there is probably collective consciousness that began maybe before in the Western countries, and it is part of school programs sometimes, or it has diffused more in the daily life of women, maybe because the collective consciousness began maybe earlier than in Asia or in Thailand. That's what I'm wondering, because I hear you saying it's different, but I also know that in the Western countries, there is a weight as well of those injunctions.
Yeah, like if you are in university, like my time, I would say my time, I try to find out about this time as well. Nowadays, how boys react to plus size girl, and I did ask some teenager in Thailand, and they said, no, not much. But in my day, like in the past, it's just every single day that I walk past the group of some faculties or some schools that has many boys attend, for example, the faculty of engineering or the faculty of science. So when I walk past those faculties, I would get some people make fun of me about my body, like, oh, my legs are too big. They are big like an elephant legs, something like that. And I have to walk past those places every day to go to the English class or German class.
Okay, and that was said out loud with no shame. They had the right. They had the right to say that. Wow.
Out loud with no shame. And even now, I go back and talk to them. They would be like, "Well, be just a boy, right?
Yes.
But you can't." And it's impact me a lot. It's impact me to be like, oh my God, I have to be perfect. I have to be like, I have to force myself to go out, to work out. Would it be great? Yeah, probably right. But some girl would not react like me. Some girl would be depressed.
Of course. Yes, I think the difference maybe is in the fact that it seems to be or it seemed, I don't know, to be socially allowed. But from what I understand, you're saying that things have changed or things are changing.
Things are changing, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't think it was not appropriate thing that
absolutely
it's not the thing that you should allow boys to talk like that to girls in school, anymore. Just
absolutely. And I remember you were saying as well that boys and girls, again, I don't know if I should use the past tense or the present tense. You're going to tell us that boys and girls can do or are supposed to do different things in terms of even house chores or participating to the house, and the type of studies and work they're going to do. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Do you mean the boy should participate helping the house cleaning, like homework?
I was wondering, yes, I was wondering if boys and girls are supposed to be participating to the house chore at the same level. Do we ask the same to a boy and to a girl, for example, at home?
Yeah, this is very difference between, I would say, amongst families. Like, for example, my family is Chinese immigrant. So it's kind of male dominated, right? It's kind of, yeah, male dominated. So man doesn't have to work. They don't have to study hard. They don't have even to work hard, because back then, my grandparents thought that boys can continue their business. So they do not have to work. They do not have to study hard.
Okay.
They just be there in the shop and sell stuff.
Yes.
Yes. But if you grow up in the Thai family, like real Thai family, mom would ask boys to help the housework. Yes. Which kind of different. But some Thai Chinese family are also let the boy do the housework as well. Talking about the study, in Thailand is very competitive. Boys and girls have to, once that you step into the school, you must study really hard.
Okay.
Yeah, to get a job and to have a better life, to get a better standard of living, but to give the opportunity between boys and girls. In the past, boys would give the would have privileges more than girls. For example, like my aunt generation, they would skip my aunt to go to school and let my uncle to go to school instead. Even he's like, he's not the smart one. I'm sorry, uncle.
Sorry, uncle. Yes, so it was priority to the boys.
Exactly. So yeah, so it's kind of male-dominated society overall. And nowadays, because the families are smaller and it's very challenging, the couples can have fewer children. So nowadays, no matter a child that they have, boy or girl, they will love them.
Okay, so there's been a change, and again, I would say it was the same in the Western world as well, but maybe the change happened earlier. I don't know. But anyway, and you were saying as well, to come back to the body shaming, you were telling me that I did not know that plastic surgery is a big thing in Thailand and maybe in different countries in Asia. Do you feel it's more? Yep.
I see the plastic surgery a lot. Like, sorry, I would rephrase that. I see many plastic surgery clinic a lot, like many of them in Korea. It's just like grocery stores, like you can see Tesco Express, like something like that in London. Yeah,
right. Okay.
It's that many, and in Thailand as well, because of the appearance. The appearance is very important for Asian.
What is the perfect body expectation, you would say? Is it very different than what you have maybe seen either in New York or in London? Or do you find it's kind of about the same in the features? I mean, the size of the boobs. Sorry, I'm getting more specific, but the size of the boobs, the size of the thigh. I don't know, of the waist. I mean,
this is very good question. I really don't know. It depends on. They kind of follow the celebrity. Sorry, my English. Celebrities. They kind of follow celebrities. So it depends on who's in, who's out, and they would follow. Back then, there would be. Back then there was a famous actress in Thailand, and everybody would like to have the face like her. So
Right.
they went to the plastic surgery and they come out has the same face and the same block.
Okay. Have you seen that as well in New York and in London? Do you think it's more or less, or
No, not at all.
really?
I like that you like to be who you are. You like to I really like the Western culture that you like to be who you are.
Hmm.
I don't know. I know less than you maybe. Yeah, if become who you are, but deep down you do not want to be who you are. You sometimes you may like, I would like to be like that girl. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Have you ever had that in your mind sometime? I don't know. It depends, right?
Exactly, exactly.
But I don't think you're gonna go to the step of like, I'm gonna go to plastic surgery and you know what, I'm gonna go out and become like her. I don't think the Western woman will not do that.
Okay, it does exist, but I think listening to you, it's probably less important in numbers because plastic surgery exists to the extent of willing to have the face of this person. Well, we've had Barbie dolls, which is quite impressive. So some women want to be changed into the Barbie and some men into the Ken character, but it seems to be a minority. And
Yes.
so, and my next, and that's what I hear in what you're saying. If you say that it's like a Tesco, you know, the Tesco where you can just pop in and you have this is plastic surgery. No, we don't have that here, or at least not yet, and I hope we won't. But and do you feel there is as many or less men who undergo plastic surgery in Asia?
Men do
Do you, do,
plastic surgery.
yes, do you have men doing exactly the same, going to plastic
Mm.
surgery and willing to look like someone, a celebrity, or is it really mainly women?
Um, I saw some, but not many.
Okay.
Yeah, but not many. I don't think. Yeah, in Thailand,
Mhm.
it's not many unless you are an actor. You need the
Right.
face, right?
Yes.
But for the businessman or like, no, I don't think so. It's only women. And
Okay.
to rephrase that, I would like to say it's only in Bangkok, like outside of Bangkok, everything just the same, like calm, like
Okay.
nothing fancy because first, I don't think people can afford as well. And second, it would be like they do not have time. They don't
So
have time.
it is mainly
Their life is too much for them. They kind of like if you go out from Bangkok is if it's not the big city,
mhm.
many people are struggling and they are kind of hand to mouth people. So they don't have time.
Yes, not enough time and money as you were saying. So it's more in Bangkok.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
small.
Mhm. And you were saying that there's been a process of change. So women speak out more than they used to in your time or in your mother's or even grandmother's time. So it's changing. Would you say that in Thailand and in several countries in Asia, there is a movement like speaking out against some what we can see in the Western world, like when women now speak up on the fact that sometimes some men are commenting on their body. Now,
Mm-hmm.
even teenagers and women of any age um, have the societal authorization to say, stop that. We talk about it now, and we are telling you we do not want that anymore. Is there that kind of reactions as well in Thailand, in some of the countries, in Asia?
Mm, We do have some reaction, but it's just differently.
Yes.
We fight back in a different way. For example,
That is very cultural. I love it. Tell us.
for example, if some guy make fun of my face or like my appearance, and I will ask him back, like, "Oh, so you are Brad Pitt, huh? Like
Okay.
you're so handsome."
So you're mirroring their behavior
Yes.
in a way.
Yes. So you like, who's the most handsome man in England? I don't know. you perfect, like Prince William or something. Like you
Yes,
can say that
why
to me.
not?
You're gonna rule the world like,
Yes.
one day.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So yes, you're throwing the same thing at them.
Yes, maybe it's inappropriate. You can cut that off because I talk about Prince William. I don't know if I can talk about him.
Yes, but it's interesting that what you're saying is that in Thailand or different countries in Asia, the reaction of women would be maybe less collective, tell me if I am wrong, but more individual and turning back to that person, telling them, oh, do you think you are the most handsome guy in the world yourself?
Yes,
That's what,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So it's more individual reactions than more of a community of women reaction.
Exactly. This is a very good point. We need to find a way to communicate back to them so this thing will stop forever. You know, like have to set some norm that you should not say this to girls or women anymore. Otherwise, it just would be like reaction, back and forth.
So do I understand that what you're saying is that plus the individual reaction that women have now, that would be helpful if women got organized in a way so that there is a message at the level of the society, maybe the government, maybe the schools, maybe the universities, so that all boys or men would get the information that no, you should not comment on a woman's body, for example.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Schools or media, like stop making a media about perfect body. Stop. Like,
Yes.
I have to tell the story about the um, advertisement on the BTS SkyTrain in Bangkok. So when I was an office lady, how to say, and sorry, rephrase that. When I was an investment banker, I had to meet many clients, and because of the traffic was really bad, we need to take the SkyTrain. Need to take the SkyTrain to meet the clients. Then all my colleagues are foreigners, and then they asked me, why your commercial ad on the SkyTrain? They are all pretty. Even like they advertise water, they advertise the color to paint the wall. They advertise cosmetic, maybe some rocks. I don't know. They all use like pretty women, and they all look fine. They all look
Beautiful.
perfect and thin, and I would say light skin. Yeah, light skin also very important in Thailand because it can interpret the class that you have.
Okay.
Just interpretation, like if you have dark skin means you work in the labor class, you are in the labor class. If you have light skin means you just stay in the office, you just stay in the house, you don't have to go out. It can interpret like that. But at the same time, someone just was born and have dark skin, but she or he may be rich, right? But it can be like that. But the media said it very obviously that women must be perfect. And talking about the body shaming, we can talk about like people make fun of each other in the like sitcom, in the drama, on a TV show. Plenty, and it's still on right now.
It is still on. So there's not
Yeah,
been much change there. So even in the, it's interesting when you say on
still
TV, on
on,
the
but
ads. Yes.
yes, still on, but less than in the past, I would
Okay.
say. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But the fair skin color and the body shape is still, it's interesting. Yes, you mentioned the advertisement. I never know how to say that. And the films or the sitcoms, because this is highly cultural. So
Mm,
if a woman is better there, if you choose the main character, for example, the main female character, and she has to have a fair skin and she has to have a perfect, very thin and perfect body shape, it still says a lot about the,
exactly.
what the standards are supposed
Mm,
to be
mm,
for a woman. And
right.
again, I think we also have that in the Western cultures, but I keep having in my mind where you say, okay, you may be guys in the Western world begin at zero, but we begin in the negative. So I keep that
Mm-hmm,
in mind. It seems to be
mm,
important. And
mm,
now, because you were saying you were working before in the international banking, you were an investor, and now you are a yoga teacher, and you also, or you have chosen to work with pregnant women, and
yes,
especially with a group for Thai pregnant
yes.
women. Could you tell
Mm,
us how, uh, and I know you could talk about this for hours and hours, but could you tell us about what is the education on childbirth in Thailand, and how is the whole pregnancy process and delivery process in Thailand? I know you really wanted to share about that.
yes. So I flew back to Thailand um, last October,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to teach the childbirth education. I opened a prenatal prenatal workshop for pregnant women in
Mm-hmm.
Thailand. And I said, in the class, there will be childbirth education as well. And everybody asked the studio owner back, what is it? What is childbirth education? And I said, we will talk about the birth plan. And they asked me, what is the birth plan? Do you understand the word birth plan? In England, in Western country, everybody understand the birth plan, right? What you want, what you're gonna talk to doctor, what you expect from the giving birth experience, right? And so they are zero. They are zero, and I mean zero idea about this word. And then, of course, they don't know what the course is gonna talk about, and the course would run like half day, and they have to pay money. So yeah, so I didn't get many pregnant women attend the class as much as I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Then I ran the class, and they all come uh, walk to me and said, thank you so much. I wish someone told me this before,
Okay.
right? Yeah, I wish someone told me this before. And I asked the father, the dad, join the class as well. I would like the dad to know what she been through, what she been through all the whole 9 months. Like, please be understanding. Please be there for her. Please, yeah, please make she feel comfortable. Like, please be patient
Mm-hmm.
to manage or handle every situation that you unexpected, right? You unexpected. So yeah, so the class ran really well, and it's kind of word of mouth marketing that, wow, this is good. No one told me this before. But you know what? Childbirth education has in Thailand for a long time, but it's arranged, it's provided by the it's provided by the hospital,
Okay.
which means only rich people can access to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it's provided by the hospital, meaning that they will force you to, let me rephrase it. If it is provided by the hospital, it's possible that they would force you to use medication or do the C-section because it's easier for a doctor. It's easier for them to charge more. And the moms has to stay longer in the hospital, and the hospital can make more money from
Gosh.
that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. It's just a cycle. And next for her next pregnancy, she has to attend in the hospital more often because she did the cesarean birth. Right. So it's kind of going on. And women in Thailand, they do not have confidence in their body. Like I said before, like it happened for a long time. They do not feel comfortable in their body. They do not know what's going on in their body. They don't feel confident in their body. About talking about pregnancy is like freak them out. Yeah, and they worry all the time. They keep worrying all the time. Pregnant women are worried by nature, by hormone,
Oh
by
my God.
hormones. Yes.
Or by society, maybe.
But in Thailand, plus by society.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So my childbirth education class, I try to like, let them know their body, let them know the options, be in charge, you know.
It's
So
interesting what you're saying. I would have a few questions. The first question is you're bringing education about how their body is and the fact that they can own their own pregnancy and birth delivery. Do you think it may put them in displaced new belief with maybe their husband or their family or the medical team? And is it easy for them to leave the shift?
yes, this is
I'm
very
just
good.
wondering. You're
This is
bringing
very good question.
something which is from the
Yeah.
outside.
Instead of the family will encourage her or educate her, the pregnant woman, in a way of, this gonna happen to you, they would force the woman, the pregnant woman, to like, okay, don't move, stay still, don't do much work.
Exactly. So I
This is
keep
like
thinking what you're doing is brilliant because this is, awareness for the woman. I'm just wondering how much that new freedom to own your own body and pregnancy, how they deal with that with an environment that might not have the same input inside.
I would guess they would go to see the doctor and they will listen everything the doctor said, because they do not have doula, they do not have midwife, like personal midwife to can advise them. Okay. I just talked to one OBGYN in Thailand. This is OBGYN in Thailand, and I told him about doula in New York, right? Yeah. And he asked me back, what is doula? And it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he doesn't know. So I told him that, so doula is like, the person can help her with the education and the physical and the emotional support to mom. And then he said, wow, that is so good. Why Thailand doesn't have that? And I said, yes, why? Right? So my job is like just to teach yoga, let them move, let them have the better health in pregnancy. And
Yes.
yes, and educate them what's going on in their body and the choices that they have. Don't just listen to the doctor, because sorry, doctor in Thailand, some doctors just choose the choice that easiest for them. The
Mhm.
easiest way for them to is to do cesarean, because they can't expect the time. If you being labor, it would take a day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So so you are, that's your job, to be a yoga teacher for pregnant women, and you really
Yes.
have that focus on Thai pregnant women. You're having groups. You were telling me you're having Zoom groups now for Thai women, because not only you want the Thai women to have a different relationship with their body, telling them you can move like this or like that thanks to the yoga, but it
Mm.
has also, if I understand, that higher purpose of opening some of those Thai women to understand that they can have a word, they can have their say about their pregnancy and the type of delivery they want.
Yes, exactly. They
Mhm.
can. Yeah.
And
I try to encourage them that, you know what? You have your own power. You will be a mom, right? And you will have your own power. If you don't choose th- to use it now, when you're going to use it, and you will regret about why I did that to my body, why I didn't trust my body. Like, if she could give birth naturally, it's safer for her by research and evidence, right? It's safer for her, it's safer, it's healthier for the baby as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and do you have any feedback on how these women, what type of delivery they have chosen at the end? Because I'm wondering, how is that welcomed by the medical staff? Do you think
Mm.
a doctor who welcomes a woman who has had that type of education will just think, okay, so maybe we can just leave the C-section, and if you want a natural birth, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Do you have any feedback or?
I do have some feedbacks from my student, and I told them that I know it's the structure of the medical care in Thailand.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
is like quite good and bad. If you live in Bangkok, like if you live in Bangkok, people would force you to like to do the cesarean birth. That's what I heard. But I happy like if someone will share me, like
Mm.
someone in Thailand who are listening to this video right now. I'm happy to hear from you as well. Because I heard that women who live in Bangkok, they prefer auspicious. Do you know the auspicious? Like pick the date for luck for the baby
Mhm.
when they are born, and then they will have luck the rest of their life. But it's not true because the time that most baby have would be 37 weeks, which their respiratory just develop and improve. And
Mhm.
then they just have to come out, and mom do not have experience on the contraction yet. So all the hormones doesn't work. All the hormone don't work yet back
Mhm.
then. So baby will be born and they will have the respiratory issue, right? The
Mhm.
lung will not be developed as good as the baby who in the oven for 40 weeks.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, so yeah, I keep trying the my student in Thailand that, be patient. I know you would like to see your baby very bad. Like, it cannot wait. It's so uncomfortable being pregnant. But um,
There is a reason why it's 40
there's a
weeks.
result. Yes, there's a result and there's a reason.
Yes, exactly. It's interesting what you're saying. It makes me think of a culture that I know, but just a little bit, having lived there for 4 years. It's Brazil. And in Brazil, the rate of C-section is
Hi,
extremely
Cecily.
high as well.
Yes.
And body surgery is very high as well. It's
Oh,
it's
yes.
it's interesting. I'm not comparing because two cultures are always different, but I can hear parameters that are similar anywhere there at least.
Mm,
And
yeah.
it is beginning to change, and it is actually in the richest society level of the society that women
Mm,
pay and have the C-section because it's going to be this day and it's going to be easier. I'm not making any generalization there, but there are similarities,
yes.
interestingly.
How about outside of the capital city in Brazil? Do they have high rate of cesarean birth as well?
I'm not a specialist in that. I think in the main cities like Sao Paulo or Brasilia, I
Mm,
think it's pretty high as well. And for
mm.
the same reason, you need to be rich to be able to go to the hospital and to be
Oh,
able
yeah.
to
Okay.
access that. So in the
Mm,
countryside, you would have lower rates of C-section just because people would not have the money to pay that surgeon to
mm.
offer a C-section. That is seen as the best for a lot of people. I think it is slightly changing now. I hope.
Mm,
Anyway,
exactly. Yeah.
um, could you would you say that the fact that you have this interest around the education in pregnancy for Thai women, would you say that being a woman yourself um, helped you? When I say helped you, was a natural thing for you to become interested in that birth and pregnancy process for women of your culture of or culture of origin? I don't know if you have consider
Yes.
having another culture. Yeah.
Yeah. I think yes. Being a woman and teaching about childbirth education makes students feel comfortable because what we talk about is like vagina, 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 right?
Yes.
And I don't think men will be comfortable to talk about it, or like even I asked dad to attend the class. They look like they feel uncomfortable in this conversation. And I
Mm.
said, then I told them that please feel relaxed. This
Yes.
is the thing that you have to know. And it's only 2 hours that I will give you, only 2 hours that you will feel uncomfortable, but you can help her and you will have her happiness about giving birth the rest of your life. Just 2 hours for me, please. And please help mom, help. Yeah,
Mm.
don't be on your phone, or don't sleep during her labor.
Mm.
Just help her, be her companion, and sorry, be her company, provide her food, talk to her nicely, cheer her up. um, if she want to take a rest, let her take a rest. Ask the close-end question, because
Yes.
the open-end question would make her angry during the labor. so so I try to guide dad, and dad like, okay, so she will not be mad at me, right? And I said
Mm.
she will anyway, no matter what.
Exactly. And do I understand that you also have the partner in your course? You have the pregnant woman and you have the partner as well.
uh, I'm sorry, do you mean my
Yes.
husband?
No. I was wondering if when you have your students, the pregnant woman, do you do the
Uh-huh.
courses only with the pregnant woman, or do you also have their partner in the course?
Ah, yes. So I encourage moms to bring the dad
Okay.
to the class as well, because it's better to have that in the class. I teach them how to massage moms, how
Oh,
to
good.
like calm her down,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what you should do in every stages of labor, because mom would act differently in every stages. So you have to handle it differently as well.
Okay.
But anyway, some mom cannot take the dad to the class because
Yes.
she said dad doesn't have time. I I teach on Zoom application so I can see dad walk like behind her in the background. Dad doesn't have time. What do you mean? I
Yes.
mean, I think she did try. She did try, but dad just like, tell me
Yes.
later what you talk about.
Step by step. And do I understand to talk now more about, oh, before I would like to ask you, what is your perception of sisterhood? And
Ah.
how would you have that perception in beside humanity or humanhood? What would you
Mm.
say about this?
Well, I look at sisterhood as empowerment of women.
Mm,
Yes. For my career now, I want women to know, to understand their options, their choices.
mhm,
And I don't know if I can see myself as a group I'm sorry, my English, as a creating group,
mhm.
bonding culture. My sisterhood is kind of like woman to woman, sister to sister.
Mm-hmm.
Join me in the class. I'll tell you. And this is very new in Thailand. We do not have like sisterhood, like a big group, like in
Okay.
America,
Okay.
join the class and cry and something like that. No, my class will be woman to woman, and we talk like a sister and
Mm,
educate each other, support each other, and you know, let them know themselves, let them know their body, and not be afraid to challenge the status quo, like the norm. Mm.
yes. Hmm. And what linked would you make with humanity? Humanity for me being kind of englobing males and females, people there.
Yes. Mm. All I ask from them just, please just bring the dad, attend childbirth education 2 hours, and
Yes.
that is done.
Yes, exactly. And that would bring more power to the education that would be shared. And potentially, if we dream, that would have, if the dad is there and can listen to all that, you can also imagine that it might bring another way to educate their future children, whether they are boy or girl.
Yeah, exactly. If they under, if I mean man, female, I would say man and male at the same time. If man, if men understand women more, like what we have to be through, like we have to handle many things in our life, job, career, children, our own families, right? Um, if they can be in our shoes, they would be more compassionate, be more sympathy, be more understanding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Mm.
now I would like you to talk a little bit more about your work. Tell us more about your work.
Thank you. So now I am a prenatal, postnatal baby and me yoga instructor, and I just earned children yoga instructor teacher training certificate a couple days ago.
Bravo!
Thank you. Yay! So,
Congratulations!
yay, thank you. So now I can teach yoga to children.
Wow.
Just to have fun and calm them down and let them more focus. Yeah, so I have my page on Facebook, but on Facebook is kind of more for Thai women
Okay.
and dad, for Thai moms and dads, uh, to educate them about yeah, childbirth education, pregnancy, how to raise a kid. And I
Mm-hmm.
also have Instagram. This is more in English. You can contact me on Instagram at yoga with EV23, number
Mm-hmm.
23, and Facebook, facebook.com/yoga with EV23. Yeah.
Okay. I
And
will.
I also have my YouTube channel. I'm sorry.
Go on.
YouTube channel is still on construction. And if you would like to contact me via email, you can contact me through yogawithev23@gmail.com.
Okay, so ladies and maybe gentlemen, if you're listening, don't worry. All that Evie has shared here to contact her, the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, and the email address, I will put that down below the video. So you will have, when you want to contact her, whether it's for your yoga, because you are teaching yoga for in English as well, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. Is it specifically for pregnant women, or is it general yoga, or is it both?
If you go to my Instagram, I can teach all level, like from the beginner to advanced to like handstand. But I do not want to scare mom, so I try to stop post my picture of me doing handstand. But my Instagram, like I said, is more international than in my Facebook. But I
Okay.
wish Facebook would have like translation button. I think I'm not sure that they
I
still have.
I don't know, probably, I don't know. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know more about yoga, whether for adults and pregnant women or for your children, then you can contact Evie. And again, I'm repeating, I will put all the details of where you can contact her and see her on the social medias. So it's easy for you to contact her. Evie, thank you so much for having shared all this with us,
My
because that's
pleasure.
really that opening on the Thai culture and some of the Asian countries, I think is very interesting because it's a kind of a reflection for us as a woman in the Western culture as well.
Thank you. Thank you
So
for having me as well.
thank you, Evie. Goodbye, everybody, and see you next time.